Have you ever lain awake, staring at the ceiling at 30:17 a.m. while the rest of the world sleeps, and realized she's doing exactly the same thing, only her mind is completely, helplessly full of you? Her sheets are warm against her skin, tangled around her bare thighs, her breathing shallow and uneven, one hand unconsciously resting just below her navel. Tracing slow circles she wishes were your fingers, and every single time she closes her eyes, there you are, again, vivid, commanding, impossible to escape. Not because you chased her with endless texts, not because you bought her flowers or planned extravagant dates, not because you filled every silence with clever words, but because you did this one thing so masterfully, so deliberately, so unapologetically that her nervous system surrendered, her imagination caught fire, and her body simply refuses to let you go even when you're not in the room. Tonight, right now, I'm going to hand you that one thing. Completely, no games. No cheap tricks, no rehearsed lines. Just the raw, naked truth of how a woman's mind and body actually operate when a man finally steps into his power and becomes the calm she can't stop craving, ready to go deep. Then lean in closer, because these words are only for the men ready to hear them, and I want every single syllable to sink into your bones. Most men believe attraction is built on action. They buy gifts, they text "Good morning, beautiful" every single day. They agree with everything she says. They try to make her laugh constantly. They show up the second she hints she might be free. And for a little while, those things feel nice, safe, comfortable, but nice doesn't keep her awake at night. Nice doesn't make her thighs press together under the covers. Nice doesn't make her whisper your name into her pillow like a prayer. What keeps her awake? What makes her roll over at 20:48 m, heart racing, skin flushed? What makes her bite her lower lip until it stings is something far more ancient, far more dangerous, far more addictive. It's the exquisite feeling of being emotionally pierced, completely seen, deeply desired, and then left deliciously, actually unfinished. She feels you deep in her chest expanding, low in her belly pulsing, on the back of her neck tingling like electricity, between her legs a slow, warm ache that won't let her settle. And then you're gone, not gone forever, just gone enough. That space you create, that deliberate masculine silence, that calm-centered withdrawal at the exact peak of her desire, that single act rewires her entire nervous system. She starts chasing the high of being truly held by a man who doesn't need to hold on. And women, my darling, are wired for that chase. Their brains light up brighter for uncertainty than for constant certainty. Psychology has proven it again and again. Intermittent reinforcement creates the strongest attachments known to human beings. The same mechanism that makes gamblers sit at the slot machine for hours is the same mechanism that will make her lie awake, replaying you, craving you, needing you. Let me take you slowly, essentially, inside her head on a random Tuesday night. It's 11:47 p.m. Her apartment is dark except for the soft glow of the city lights filtering through half-closed blinds. She's just stepped out of a long, hot shower, water droplets still clinging to her collarbones. She's wearing nothing but that oversized black t-shirt you once complimented, the one that barely covers the curve of her ass. She climbs into bed, sheets cool against her still damp skin. Phone in hand, she opens your last message from 38 hours ago, a simple voice note you sent after an incredible night together. She presses play, volume low, earbuds in. I've been thinking about the way your breath caught when my thumb brushed the inside of your wrist, how your whole body leaned into me like it already knew who it belonged to. She closes her eyes. A shiver runs straight down her spine. Her free hand slides down her stomach, hesitates, then continues lower. She's already wet. Just from your voice, just from the memory. She replays the note 3 more times. Her fingers move in slow, teasing circles, imagining they're yours, confident, patient, in complete control. She pictures you behind her, chest pressed to her back, one strong arm wrapped around her ribs, holding her still. Your mouth on the side of her neck, teeth grazing, voice low and commanding against her ear. You don't get to come until I say so, understand. Her hips start rocking, breathing turns ragged. She arches her back toes, curling into the sheets, whispers your name over and over like a secret, and right as the wave is about to crash over her, she stops, pulls her hand away. groans in delicious frustration because she wants to save every drop of that act for the next time you're actually inside her. She rolls onto her stomach, buries her face in the pillow that still faintly smells like your cologne from last week, presses her hips down into the mattress, and lies there, wide awake, body humming, mind spinning with every possible way you might touch her next time. That right there is exactly what you are going to create. Not interest, not attraction, not even liking you, obsession, the kind that lives under her skin 24 hours a day, the kind that makes her cancel girls' night because what if he texts? The kind that turns innocent moments at work into filthy daydreams where she has to excuse herself to the bathroom just to catch her breath. So let's slow everything down even more and build you brick by deliberate brick into the man who owns her nights. Step 1, become emotionally still. Most men live in reaction mode. She pulls away slightly, he panics and double texts. She takes 8 hours to reply. He sends, "You okay?" She says, "I'm busy this weekend," but he tries to negotiate another day. You do none of that. You sit inside your own frame like a mountain. You feel the emotion rise, but it never wears your face. You never let it control your actions. She tests you, maybe she gets a little bratty, a little distant, a little provocative. You smile slow, dangerous, look her straight in the eyes and reply in that low, amused tone at cute. Try again when you're ready to speak to me like a woman who knows what she wants. Then you turn your attention elsewhere, completely calm, as if her attempt to rattle you was nothing more than a light breeze. Watch her pupils blow wide, watch her breath catch. Watch her body language betray her, leaning toward you, touching her hair, crossing and uncrossing her legs, because in that moment you showed her the rarest thing on earth. A man who is kind but never desperate, gentle but never weak, present but never smothering. That contrast is pure heroin to the female nervous system. Women claim they want the nice guy who is always available. What they actually crave in their bones is the man who is emotionally regulated enough to be her safe harbor, yet strong enough to make her earn his full presence. Once she tastes that stillness, she will lie awake engineering ways to taste it again. Step 2, weaponize your presence like a drug. When you are with her, whether it's coffee, dinner, or just a walk, you are all the way there, no phone on the table, no eyes scanning the room for other women, no half listening while planning your next clever line. You lock eyes with her until she has to look away first. You let silences stretch, luxurious, heavy with possibility. You ask questions that force her to reveal herself. Tell me, what's the one secret fantasy you've never admitted to anyone, the one that still makes your heart race when you think about it alone at night? Then you shut up. You hold the space. You watch her squirm, blush open, surrender her truth to you, touch her with absolute intention, not nervous, fumbling touches, a slow thumb stroking the inside of her wrist while you listen. 3 full seconds longer than polite, a palm resting possessively on her lower back as you guide her through a door, fingers spreading just enough to claim the curve of her spine. Fingertips trailing down her arm as you say goodbye, leaving goosebumps in their wake. Each micro touch embeds itself in her memory like a brand. Hours later, she will still feel it. Days later, she will touch the same spot herself, eyes closed, wishing it was still you. Step 3, the part 99% of men destroy their chances with. Master the art of strategic. Magnetic disappearance. You give her the deepest, most electric, soul-piercing moment of connection. Then you vanish, not out of anger, not to play games, but because you have a rich, purposeful life that does not revolve around any woman. After the kiss that leaves her knees weak, after the conversation where she told you things she's never told anyone, after the night she felt more seen than ever before, you send one perfect text the next afternoon. Still tasting you on my lips from last night. That smile of yours is dangerous. Then nothing. 28 to 48 hours of pure, delicious silence. She will check her phone 40 times. She will refresh your socials. She will lie in bed wondering where you are, who you're with, what you're thinking about her. And every hour you remain silent, her imagination paints you larger, stronger, more sexually magnetic than reality could ever match. This is intermittent reinforcement in its purest form. Her brain releases dopamine in massive spikes every time she thinks of you. Because the reward is unpredictable, she becomes addicted to the possibility of you. I've seen this pattern repeat with hundreds of women I've counseled. Let me tell you 5 full stories so you can feel exactly how powerful this is. Story 1, Sarah, 29, high-powered lawyer, used to date men who texted her 20 times a day. She met Michael at a networking event. He listened to her talk about her stressful case for 4 or 5 minutes, eyes locked, 0 interruptions. At the end, he touched her lower back lightly and said, "You carry a lot, I respect that." Then he left early for a morning workout. "No, let me walk you out." "No immediate. Text me when you get home." Sarah told me she couldn't sleep for 3 nights straight. She kept replaying the way his hand felt on her back. By day 4, she was the one double, texting him. They've been together 14 months. She still gets wet just hearing his voice on the phone after he's been quiet for a day. Story 2, Emma, 26, artistic, anxious attachment style, loved the guys who were always available until she met David. After their second date, intense chemistry, deep kissing in his car, he sent one voice note the next morning: "I keep remembering how your body melted when I pulled you closer." Then silence for 1 hour. Emma confessed she touched herself twice that night thinking about him, something she never did with previous men. When he finally replied calmly, she was already emotionally hooked. I could tell you 15 more just like this. The pattern is always the same. Stillness plus strategic absence to obsession. Now let's go even deeper into the neuroscience so you understand why this works on every level. A woman's brain has a larger limbic system than a man's. Emotion processes more intensely. When you provide emotional stillness, her amygdala, the fear and threat center, relaxes completely. She feels safe. But when you combine that safety with unpredictable presence, her reward system floods with dopamine and oxytocin. The same cocktail that creates mother-infant bonding, romantic love, and addiction. Uncertainty activates the same brain regions as cocaine. You become her favorite drug, dosed perfectly. One hit of deep connection, then withdrawal, then another hit when she least expects it. Her body learns the only way to feel that peak again is to move closer to you. Let's make this practical with 20 specific scenarios she will replay when she can't sleep. I'm going to describe each one slowly so you can memorize the exact feeling you are creating. Scenario 1. The first text exchange, she sends A, "Had so much fun last night." You wait exactly 4 hours. Reply, "That laugh of yours is still in my head." Dangerous. Then silence until the next evening. She checks her phone every 12 minutes. Scenario 2, after a vulnerable share, she tells you about a painful childhood memory. You listen fully, then say softly, "That must have felt incredibly heavy. Come here." End the date shortly after on a high note. That night she cries, not from sadness, but because someone finally saw her, then gave her space to feel it. Scenario 3, the kiss goodnight. Intense make-out session at her door. You pull back, forehead to hers, whisper, "I could do this all night, but I want you to miss me." Kiss her forehead and walk away. She stands there for 2 full minutes after you leave, legs shaking. Scenario 4, mid-week silence, you've been texting lightly. She sends a flirty photo. You reply with voice note, "Fuck that body, save it for when I can do something about it." Then 52 hours of radio silence while you live your life. She will send 3 more messages, each more vulnerable than the last. Scenario 5, the workday daydream. She's in a boring meeting. Suddenly remembers the way your voice dropped when you said her name. She crosses her legs under the table and has to excuse herself. I'm going to keep going because there are so many more. Scenario 6, after intimacy, first time you sleep together. You make love slowly, dominantly, making her come twice. Afterwards, you hold her for exactly 18 minutes, then kiss her forehead and say, "That was perfect, I'll let you sleep." You leave. She lies there stunned, body still trembling. Already planning how to see you again. Scenario 7, the voice note tease. You send at 11:19 p.m. Just lying here, wondering what you're wearing right now and how quickly I could take it off you. Then don't reply until morning. She stays up until 3 a.m., touching herself to the sound of your voice on loop. Scenario 8, she tests you. She says, "You seem distant lately." You reply calmly, I'm exactly where I need to be. If you're feeling something, no explanation, no apology. She respects you more in that moment than any man who has ever groveled. Scenario 9, the gym selfie she sends. You reply 7 hours later. That ass looks even better in person. Keep working on it for me. Then silence again. Her workouts become harder. She's training for you. Scenario 10, late night. I can't sleep. Text. She sends it at 1:22 a.m. You reply 4 or 5 minutes later with a choice note low. Sleepy, sexy, go to sleep, beautiful. Dream about my hands instead. She sleeps but dreams exactly that. And on it goes, each scenario compounding the obsession. Now we move into advanced mastery. Once she is already thinking about you constantly, layer in even more sensuality. Send voice notes at odd hours, never predictable. Plan dates that end early on purpose. Build insane sexual tension, then withdraw. During physical intimacy, maintain total control. Slow everything down, make her beg with her eyes, then pull back and make her wait. After sex, never stay the whole night the first few times. Kiss her deeply, tell her she's incredible, then give her space to miss you immediately. She will text the next morning, last night ruined me for anyone else. For long-term maintenance, once you are in a relationship, keep 30-40% strategic absence. Have your own missions, your own gym time, your own male friendships. Never become her full-time emotional tampon. The moment you become 100% available, the obsession begins to fade. Keep the polarity alive. Listener, close your eyes right now. Wherever you are, take a slow breath with me. Imagine you are on a date with her. You are sitting across from her, eyes locked. You ask her the deep question. She opens up. You listen, completely still. Then you reach across the table, take her hand, thumb, stroking her knuckles. She shivers visibly. You lean in and whisper, I love how you trust me with that. Then you pull back, change the subject, leave her wanting more. Feel how powerful that feels in your chest. That is your new normal. Now imagine the next night. She is in bed. You are not there, but she is replaying every second. Her hand between her legs, your name on her lips, her body aching for the man who knows exactly when to give and when to take away. Is you common mistakes and how to destroy them forever. Mistake 1 over texting. Solution maximum 3-4 exchanges per day once attraction is built. Let her be the one who sends the good morning text. Mistake 20 explaining yourself. Solution never justify your silence. A simple been busy building my empire. Missed your energy though. Is enough. Mistake 3 becoming too available after she starts chasing. Solution reward her effort, then pull back again. Intermittent, always intermittent. I could spend another hour on mistakes alone, but you already feel the pattern. Advanced techniques for when things get physical. When you finally take her to bed, maintain the same stillness. Undress her slowly, kiss every inch like you have all night, then pull back and make her wait. Whisper filthy truths in her ear while you're inside her. Slow, deep strokes. You feel how perfectly you take me. This pussy was made for me. Then stop moving completely until she begs. After she comes, hold her, but not too long. Kiss her forehead. Thank you for that gift. Then give her space. She will be addicted to the contrast of intense connection followed by noble withdrawal. For those of you in early stages, online dating, or social circles, apply the exact same principles. Reply to her messages with depth, then disappear, like her stories thoughtfully but sporadically. When you meet in person, be the calmest man in the room. Women notice stillness more than words. It reveals emotional regulation. It reveals self-mastery. It reveals the kind of man who can lead her, protect her, and pour in her for anyone else. A final important warning delivered with love. This power is real. It creates deep attachment. Use it only if you're ready to hold space for a woman who chooses you every single day. Do not use it to manipulate or hurt. The goal is not endless chase. The goal is magnetic, passionate, polarity-filled connection where she feels safe to surrender completely because she knows you will never lose yourself in her. So here is your homework for tonight. Do it. Pick one woman. Doesn't matter if it's new or someone you've been seeing. Apply one single layer, either deep presence or strategic absence after a high point. Then sit back and watch her entire nervous system reorient around you. You will see the texts get longer, the voice notes get more flirty, the I miss you messages appear unprompted. Because once a woman feels emotionally pierced by a man who remains calm, she becomes addicted to returning to that feeling forever. You now hold the complete map, the psychology, the mechanics, the exact emotional blueprint. The only question left is, are you going to keep being another nice, predictable, forgettable man? Or are you finally ready to become the one she literally cannot sleep without thinking about? If this landed deep in your chest, if you already feel the shift happening inside your body, type Stillness S in the comments below right now, like this video, save it, listen to it again tomorrow night when the house is quiet and you want to feel that power flowing through you. Subscribe for more raw, intimate truths most men are too afraid to hear. Share this with one brother who needs to wake up, because when good men master this, relationships stop being exhausting and start feeling like magnetic destiny again. Until next time, my friend, breathe slow, stay centered, live your purpose, and remember, the less you chase her, the more desperately she will come after you in the dark, in her dreams, with your name already trembling on her lips.